Really though, oh my God. Okay. I just had something really crazy happen to me, and I've thought about this a few times, the aspect of this happening, and actually kind of thought it was really cool. So maybe this happened because I've been thinking about it lately. Actually, you know what? I need to go put my lipstick on. Okay. I kind of just woke up. By the way, shout out to Veg Fest, and well, there's water in here. I just brushed my teeth. Eat more plants, guys. Eat more plants. You don't gotta go vegan, just eat your damn vegetables. Anyways, what I'm talking about and what I'm referring to is what I would like to call dreamception. This is really, really scary. I've thought about the aspect of this in my head, and that's like that you're inside of a dream that you can't get out of, and then you think you're finally getting out of it, but you're like, oh no, I'm dreaming that I'm getting out of this, and you think that you're in reality, but you're in a dream, and you're constantly stuck in this dream trying to get out of it and get back into reality. It's really twisted. It's very scary. So, I'm not sure. I've been feeling a little weird lately. This like pins and needles type feeling in my head. I don't think I forgot to take my medicine last night. I know it kind of feels as if I did, but I'm pretty sure I took my medicine, if not twice. But that always tends to happen. If I did, I'll just can take it again, whatever. I was just so tired that I wanted to take a nap. I worked out, warmed up my voice, got a lot of stuff done. I was like, let me take a nap. Okay, so it's around 4 p.m. I take a nap and I start having this dream, and I'm going to tell you all about this dream. Actually, what I wanted to do was sort of maybe once a week get on here and read off the stories of some of the dreams that I've had because they're honestly really cool and they're really trippy and very fucking weird, and some of them are embarrassing because that's how like abstract and trippy they are. It's as if they make sense in my dreams, but explaining them in real life there would be no sense to them. This is the first kind of dream like that I've had, at least recently, that I can remember. So, I write a lot of my dreams down in this one I wrote down, and I'm going to read it off to you. So, here it goes. August 24th.
DREAMCEPTiON.
I don't know if I forgot to take my medicine last night. I took it. I'm pretty sure I did, but it feels like I didn't. Something happened. I don't know. So I felt weird all day, my head at least. I fell asleep and took a nap. A nap that took me into a never-ending dreamception. I had a dream that I was dreaming. Same bed, same place. I was so sleepy in this dream and kept trying to get up, but I kept getting sucked back to sleep. I was in sleep paralysis at its freakiest. I felt like I took a sleeping pill in my dream and questioned if I did. I kept trying to wake up but couldn't. I would move my feet and stand up and be half awake, and then soon realize that I was dreaming. And then I would try again. I fell asleep behind the wheel, speeding, and it was after the Squirrel Hill tunnels, but it felt like I was on a trip going somewhere, and I realized I was sleeping behind the wheel, so I pulled over. I was then back at my house. My dad was there. I heard him downstairs. I wanted him to save me and get me out of my sleep because I was having a hard time getting up and moving. So I called out to him, but it wasn't loud enough because I was sleeping. I tried getting up to go over to the mirror, and I looked at myself and my body. I was wearing what I'm wearing now, but my face was a blur and I couldn't process my face. I thought it was real, but then I realized it was a dream. And I was laying back down in my bed trying to get up and kept thinking about, I'll say their name begins with a T, and would have these insane tiny orgasms, and they felt explosive. And I would moan out. And then I was like, oh, I'm just having a dirty dream. Only to realize that I was dreaming in my dream. Just think about it. Process that for a second. So yeah, I was having really dirty, intense orgasms thinking about this person in my dream. And their name, I'm not going to say their name. Why is my nose running? And I'm not going to say their name, but it began with a T. My cousin came up from Florida. I was asleep at the time, obviously, but I was trying to be funny and entertain her, so I was rolling around on the floor. Then I realized my house was moving as if it were a car, so my whole house was moving. I thought to myself, how can they just up and move my house, especially since I'm in it? Was the flood that bad that they needed to uproot it entirely? It felt like my house was driving down the street and making turns. I could feel it. I could feel in my dream that my house was moving and I was in it. It was really weird. It was very realistic. Then I tried to get up again. I would melt back in the bed, or when I felt like I was awake, I started to lose control again. I thought to myself, was I roofied at any point? Then I imagined, will not say their name, but it begins with a J, and me having sex. Him behind me having sex with me from behind. This is just a damn shame. At some point in my dreams, I felt like I had sleep paralysis. Well, no shit, Sherlock. As if I were viewing what my body looked like. I pictured myself like my aunt, snoring, as if I were still able to breathe, but it was hard because my body was in a weird position or paralyzed. I then remember being in my bed trying to move my hands. I was slapping myself in the face, saying, Melody, wake up. I remember I was like sitting right here and I was going like, Melody, wake up. And I thought I was really doing that in real life. So yeah, I was slapping myself in the face, saying, Melody, wake up. Slapping myself so that I could feel it. I tried to move my hands, and then I remember my thumbs going numb, and then my hand locking up. My hand like went like this. And then I suddenly felt my mom and doctors moving me from one bed to another. Like picking me up and moving me from one bed to another, and trying to wake me up as if I had just gotten surgery. And in my dream, I thought, am I really waking up from surgery? Like, is that what's happening? I was freaking out in my sleep and I still couldn't get up. I thought, I thought in my sleep maybe that, I was having a panic attack in my sleep. I was having a panic attack in my dream. And I thought maybe that I was dying or I was dead. And that I thought my dream was reality, essentially. And I had no concept of what actual reality was. And I thought maybe I'm a ghost, or I'm dying, or I'm going to die, or I'm dead, and this is like what all of the DMT feels like. Like, these were things I was thinking while I was asleep, and I was dreaming, so it was like a twist between reality and a dream. This is where it felt so realistic, was I then remember just splashing and landing in the water, and I was in Dormont Pool, and a random splash just happened, and all of a sudden I'm just so peaceful and relaxed in this water in the deep end, and I was lying on my back as if I were sleeping in this water, just sleeping in the water, but I was awake, and I was letting myself float and let the water take me. And I didn't know which way to swim. If this were Dormont Pool, I would go to my left to get out of the water, but I heard music playing and decided to follow it, so I swam backwards towards the music. Then I remember being back in my room, trying to open my door and leave and get out of my room so that I could maybe go somewhere and get back to reality, but oh wait, it was just a dream and I couldn't get up and I really wasn't at my door. And I was like, oh, but I'm asleep. I was freaking out slightly in my dream. Like, what if I died and this is what dying is like? The stuff you see when you first die, how potent it is. I was still back in my bed dreaming that I was dreaming that I was trying to get out of my dream. But first moving my feet. I could feel my feet waking up. I finally opened my eyes and looked at my clock. It was 5:45. It had only been 1 hour. I laid in bed traumatized for a while, and then I finally got up. As I walked to my door, this was real. This was really after I got up. This was all real. As I walked to my door to go downstairs, I was freaked out, wondering if I somehow realized that this was a dream, a really realistic one. How did I know if this was real? How did I know if I was really awake? Was I a ghost? Was I able to bounce back from this? What if I freaked out and couldn't decipher what was a dream from reality? Like, what if I started having a panic attack? Was I stuck? That was my feeling when I actually woke up from this dream. I walked downstairs and I heard the TV and I prayed that my dad was there, and he was, and I prayed that I would bounce back, and I told him I was so freaked out and I didn't know if I was still dreaming or not, and I told him to touch me and to hold me, and he did. Like, he immediately somehow knew, like, that this had happened, which was weird. But man, I can't honestly say I've ever had a dream like that before. I don't know. I really do think I forgot to take my pill last night because I just don't feel right. I feel really weird. I feel like there's an ocean in my body and I'm like seasick. It's just weird and I don't like that at all. Please, by the way, don't leave any comments saying, why do you even take those pills? I need them, playa. I need them. I don't know. I mean, this is just really weird. It was very surreal. And like in my dream, it was like I was planning on doing things when I got up so that I wouldn't be so freaked out about like this shaken reality. Like I felt myself on my bed trying to move, and it was just a dream of me trying to move because I would fall back asleep. I was just like, what's wrong with me? Like, what the fuck is wrong? I don't know. It was really cool though. It was a dream inside of 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 a dream. Either way, I kind of want to start making videos about some of the dreams I have because some of them are really, really trippy, very abstract, very detailed. They make sense so well in my dream while I'm having these dreams, but I think in real life, by the time I go to write them down, I would never know how to explain such abstract concepts, but I do my best, and I do dream every night, and I do remember my dreams, and I do write them down, so I think